Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know news and weather as you start your day.
A New York man who once operated several nursing homes in South Dakota has pleaded guilty in a federal case. In a plea deal, Joseph Schwartz, the former head of Skyline Healthcare, admits to employment tax fraud. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office in New Jersey, Schwartz did not turn over more than $38 million in payroll taxes to the government. He will be sentenced in May. A western South Dakota man is charged with kidnapping a woman, beating her, and assaulting her with a sword. A federal grand jury has indicted Patrick Brewer Sr. Court documents say the alleged crimes happened December 28th between Pine Ridge and Oglala, and the victim had significant injuries. A donation to the Sioux Falls Police Department will help keep officers safe. Shields worked with a nonprofit to provide 21 officers with new body armor. Shield 616 is a nonprofit that was founded to provide all-day rifle-level protection for first responders.
We live in a unique spot in Sioux Falls. We have great support from our city council, great support from our mayor's office, and really one of the best equipped departments in the country. And a gift like this just increases that even more. I think it's important to thank Shields and thank our community for the support they give us, and our officers recognize it and appreciate it.
The founder and president of Shield 616 was recently at Shields to present the body armor to the officers. Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. A cold start to the weekend, Scott.
Oh, cold start to the weekend it is. You could even include today. Today, temperatures will be in the single digits and teens for highs. You know, we'll be lucky if we get above zero for tomorrow after starting very cold, maybe record-setting in southeastern KELOLAND. 4 degrees today in Sioux Falls, 6 in Aberdeen, and Pierre 15 in Rapid City. We'll start the weekend cold, slowly warming for the second half of the weekend on Sunday. And for next week, looks like temperatures will be above average. We'll do some melting. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Scott. Well, the city of Sioux Falls issues a snow alert. It warns drivers to move their vehicles off the streets so plow operators can clear the roads. If they don't, they could get ticketed and towed.
But that warning isn't sinking in for some. Over the past 2 snow events, police wrote more than 1,100 tickets, and 67 of those vehicles got towed.
It's just an added expense that's, unfortunately an unnecessary expense. If they just pay attention to the snow alerts, they wouldn't have to worry about having the cars impounded, because it's not cheap to have a car towed away.
If the snow alert is issued, the ticket is $35. After 7 days, the fine goes to $70, and after 30 days, it increases to $100. If your vehicle gets towed and impounded, it can cost you over $250 to get your vehicle back.
Meanwhile, as part of a wide-ranging interview, Sioux Falls School District Superintendent Jane Stavum has shared with KELOLAND News how the decision on whether or not to cancel school is made.
There are a lot of things that go into that, and part of it is just even the length of time that we have to know what the trajectory of a storm is going to do. And we have such good community partners. We get a lot of great information. But sometimes, like this last system that came to, from Friday to what it became the following week was different.
We'll bring you much more from Stavum on other topics, including school meals and teacher pay, beginning later today.
Thursday's snowfall isn't getting much of a rise out of ag-related businesses in KELOLAND. That's because the fluffy snow that we received this month has been too dry to make much of a difference in drought-stricken farm fields.
Vendors attending yesterday's South Dakota Ag Expo in Sioux Falls say this weather pattern has been hit or miss for a long time.
We had areas, around Lincoln County where I live, one of the driest years we ever had. You get up to the Miller areas, they had record rainfall and record crops. I mean, it's just been a weird year for weather all around.
Some vendors at the Ag Expo say farmers aren't spending as much money on their products this year because of the financial hardships brought about by last summer's drought. That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, and watching this latest fluffy snow, not a lot of water to it, but 2.6 inches of snow in Sioux Falls, 5 inches, the number in the Yankton area, between 2 and 3, kind of sourcing back through Chamberlain to Pierre and then northwest of there. So classic Clipper-like system, some wind behind that. We're still dealing with those after effects today. And that, of course, is also ushering in these cold wind chill values that we have. Here's a look at the hourly numbers through the single digits below zero to start things off for many. And I do expect we will climb above zero, but not by much. This afternoon in eastern Ketherland, mid-teens in Rapid City. Forecast low tonight in Sioux Falls. Well, it's really going to be driven by, if we can clear the deck on the clouds, keep the wind light, and we've got the fresh snow cover. So with everything in mind, somewhere in the 20s below zero by daybreak and 24 below seems possible. So we're going to go ahead and forecast that as we around the bend tomorrow. Well, the warming trend kicks off in western South Dakota. Southerly wind picks up. That's a story, and it will get stronger East River Saturday night and into Sunday morning. And there will be areas of blowing snow and drifting snow because the wind speed will be stronger as we get the south winds to go into play here. And that'll be at least 25 to 40. I would say the Buffalo Ridge in southwest Minnesota easily could be more than that. So just your heads up to keep watching your latest forecast information on that. Here's a look at the wind chill tonight. It's not necessarily driven by strong wind. It's just, frankly, the temperature being so cold in the southeast. And that's our main focus to point out. Otherwise, once we turn the corner into the weekend, we're not going to get rid of the wind chill right away because then the wind speed comes up into Sunday morning. And I still think there's some cautionary thoughts on that. It's not going to feel nice at all Sunday morning, but then gradually Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, then it'll start to get better as the winds relax, and then we'll get some warmer numbers in here next week. Let's finish it up here. 5 degrees today in Mitchell, 15 Rapid City. Again, watching some clouds here and maybe some flurries from time to time if we get any clouds to generate, but also that adds to the optics of the atmosphere today. So with those sun dogs, keep watching for that. Here we go. Next week, 28 by Monday, 32 on Tuesday, 35. That sounds like some melting weather by Wednesday and Thursday. We will start reducing our snow cover. It'll be kind of a steady pacing on that. Not going to see a drastic warm up above those numbers probably, but that's going to feel a lot better. Aberdeen, it's mainly dry. We did mention a little light wintry mix in Sioux Falls on Tuesday, but the storm tracks next week look to be bigger to our south. So for most of Ketherland, we're going to blend in here those 30s in central Ketherland. Where the snow is lacking, the temperature goes up. We've got a lot of 40s, maybe a 50 next week in Rapid City. Check out more details at Ketherland.com.